Good evening, my name is Modi Apparatus, and welcome to RimWorld Alpha 14. This is the latest alpha, has all kinds of new features on it. Most importantly, is that on July 15th, this will now be available on Steam Early Access. So it's gonna be very, very exciting. And this is a big update, so there's a lot of changes that we could talk about. Basically changes the way you could play the game in so many ways, infinite possibilities, as if there weren't those already. If you're brand new to the game, RimWorld is a colony simulator, as you see on the screen there. But what that means is you are basically playing as a group of individuals, or a solitary individual even, trying to survive and grow a civilization on a planet, and being faced with all kinds of different challenges that the game throws at you via a AI storyteller, which kind of develops little challenges for you to conquer as you go along here, and ultimately is trying to kill you. So let's get into a brand new game and explain things as we go. One big feature of Alpha 14, the most important feature, in my opinion, of Alpha 14, is the new scenario system. And we'll talk about that right now. So let's get into a brand new colony. I'll show a little bit of that out here. So when you get into the game here, you'll choose a scenario now. And Crash Landed is basically the classic version of the game here. This is what we've been playing for Alphas 1 through 13 here, is the Crash Landed version here. You land with 3 people, you start with the number of supplies, you build up your colony, and eventually something will kill you, or you'll escape if you want to, or just do whatever you want with it. But they've added the opportunity to change your starting characters, change how the traits are, change the world settings, change all kinds of different stuff with the customized scenario, the scenario editor here. So there's a couple of built-in scenarios that are launched with the game here, and it'll have Steam Workshop access here too. And there's a few scenarios already available, and I'm sure by the 15th, when this actually comes out, there's gonna be hundreds of more. But what today we're gonna do is the Rich Explorer. This is a little different way of playing it. This is, you start with one person, you're a colony as far as your tech level, but basically you are a person who's learned everything, but always wanted to explore, and now you're one guy trapped on this planet, and you have to survive and build from nothing. You start with the research of gun turrets, so you can build defenses, and that's about it. But as we go along, we'll recruit new people and all kinds of new stuff. We got a lot of wealth built into this guy. He's got silver, gold, literal medicine, which is the best stuff you can get. Lots of food, lots of components. He can build things, lots of steel. He can make a big civilization just by himself here. Gonna be pretty interesting. Hopefully we can get past the one person thing here pretty quickly, but we'll see what happens. So that's the scenario we're gonna choose. Other scenarios involve the Lost Tribe, which is also very, very interesting. We're gonna have to do a couple of these series. I'm gonna tell you that right now. For Alpha 14, we're gonna have to do a couple of these to like really see it all. But with this one, you start as a tribe. You start with 5 people. You're a very low tech civilization, and a little different style of play because you're got strength in numbers, but you don't have strength in tech. This guy's not strength in numbers at all, but he's got all the wealth to buy anything he needs ever. So it should be pretty interesting. We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna start it with the standard scenario of this. We can also edit the scenario to change anything about this. So we can edit, the number of starting people. We can edit the number of money. We can have all this stuff. So actually, we'll do, the only thing we're gonna change about this, we can't have a guy just by himself. We need to have a boy and his dog. So start with animals. We're gonna start with one gazelle. No, gazelle, ostrich. The Adventures of a Man and His Ostrich. Okay, that's perfect. One man and his ostrich out to colonize. I think that's great. All right, so let's get into it here. Let's start it up here. We're gonna do Cassandra, which is basically the standard AI storyteller. It will scale the game to your wealth level. So it will try to give you increasingly difficult challenges as you go along here. We're going to do challenge mode, which means we're pretty much guaranteed not to survive, but that's okay. It's a fun game to play either way. So we're gonna see how well we can survive, how long we can survive in challenge mode here. She'll be throwing different, good things at us, bad things at us, pirate raids, resources, animal tax, as she says here. So that is Cassandra, and we'll be doing it right now. Let's get into it here. Let's start a brand new world here. Gives you seeds here. It's all seed generated, so if you have a cool seed you want to put in there, you can do that. You can share them with people that way. We're going to do backgammon, I guess, is the seed here, and we'll generate that. Interesting. They're all kind of, just kind of land masses with various temperatures and zones in here, and this is your ice sheet, tundra, boreal forest, so it gets warmer as it gets more green, I guess, and then orange and red are your hot areas, your shrubland, and then your desert's the hottest one here. There's also extreme desert you can find, like right here, I'm guessing. ocean. No, that's extreme desert. Right, extreme desert. This very, very hostile landscape. We'll see. Let's just do a random site. We have a survivor here who is crash landing in his crypto sleep sarcophagi pod here, and he's not even gonna have any control over it. He's asleep. So let's see where the planet would rotate at a certain time, and where he's gonna end up here. Let's just select a random site and see where he's gonna land. So we would have a boreal forest. It would be a flat zone here. It would be right here. Let's see. It's right here. Let's see if we can nudge that a little bit off the mark here, and maybe hit this mountainous area right here. Or do we aim for maybe the tundra here? Oh man, let's just try to nudge it for like a mountainous tundra. How about that? Well, it'll be a short growing season, 11th of spring to 1st of fall, so we get maybe a little bit normal growing season. Got granite, slate, and limestone, mountainous. We're gonna crash land in the mountains instead of the flat part. Unfortunately, mountains are probably the best spot you want to crash land, but at least it'll be a little more defensible for us here. So let's choose that as our site, and then we have to meet our guy here. So what is his job? He was a geologist in his past life. We could randomize this, but I kind of am liking the geologist thing here. He's a slow guy, but he's iron-willed, so he's not going to have a high mental break threshold. Strick is going to be steadfast in all things here. He was a music lover as a child. He's minus social, but plus artistic. And he's a geologist, which is plus mining and crafting. I think that's a pretty good combination. He's not great at shooting. He's pretty average across the board. He's one guy. I mean, what do you want? He's balanced. As far as a randomized colonist goes, 34-year-old Strick here is probably the best we can do here. So Strick is our guy. Strick is the man with the plan who decided to take all of his money, pack it into a crypto sleep pod, and crash land on a random planet. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the planet. The neuro simulations, hollow games, and free orgies were never enough for you. You wanted more. The grit and consequence of real life, like they talk about in history books. You wanted to know what real challenge and consequence feels like. Now, after a journey of decades in crypto sleep, you're landing on this unknown RimWorld. The real consequence awaits you. All right, Strick is our guy here. Oh, that's nice on the top there. Fantastic. So we have a little bit of stuff that lands with us. Let's pause it right away here. We got our pet ostrich, whose name is Delilah. Oh, we got a dog too. I didn't realize there was a dog included. Of course it'd be a boy and his dog. Okay, so we got one ostrich and one dog named Torts. Fantastic. Or ostrich Delilah. Oh man, a man, his dog, and his ostrich. What else do you need in the world? All right, let's take a look at the landscape here a little bit. Big landmass down here down below. A couple other spots up here we could use up. There is some stuff that's gonna be useful to us. So what I'm looking for right now is these little steam geysers. Eventually we'll want to get some steam power going here. So we'll want to use those up. There's a few of them on this side, which is good. I think obviously we're going to pick this little alcove right here. It's a nice defensible spot to build up a house in as our initial spot to live. And we can build up walls here very, very easily and have a nice defense point for enemies intruding, because we'll have branches in here and in here, and the main thoroughfare coming through here. This could be very, very good for us, I think. All right, so Strick, let's get you settled in here. First of all, what we're gonna do is unforbid all these things. Right now that the red X is on them, so we can use up all of these things. We gotta start getting this stuff moved. How trained up was our dog here, by the way? Let's take a look here quick. At the training, he's not trained at all. Might be a good idea to train him up a little bit here to start with. If we can do animal training. We need meat or something like that first, though. And well, the first thing we need to do, I think, is shelter for the very first night. And then rather than moving all of this stuff, I think what we do is build around it. So this stuff is going to be nice and secure. The pack of survival meals that are left out in the rain will slowly deteriorate. So they have a deterioration rate of 0.5 per day. So we want to make sure these are protected. They don't deteriorate when they're left out in the elements. The wood and that kind of thing doesn't matter so much. The food's the big thing. So let's build up. First of all, let's get Strick to equip this. Let's get him with the pistol here. And then we'll unpause that. Let's unpause that quick so he goes and grabs that. Are components affected by... Colonists needs a bat already. Yeah, there you go. The components affected by deterioration? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like they can deteriorate either. So that's the kind of stuff that doesn't need to be stored away. This other stuff over here does not need to be stored away. The silver, the meals are the only thing that really matters to me, but Let's just build a small little storage area here for that stuff right now. So let's build a wall here, wood. Let's put like a storage area like right here. And this will be our storage area slash home for the time being. And we're gonna keep it really close to where we're starting out here. We'll just put a wood door in there and you can start building that up. We'll unforbid this wood. And you can start using that wood to build with. All right, so Strick, I'm gonna speed this along a little bit here so it goes a little bit faster than normal speed. Just because when you're one man on your own, you gotta go fast. And that way when we wanna move this stuff, we'll just move it right inside here. So we'll do a little zone area, stockpile right here and set it to food, I think. Storage, foods, let's clear all and put it to foods only. And then we'll unforbid these. You should start moving on those then. As soon as you're done with that. Okay, so you noticed one of the changes to this round, normally the roofs fill themselves in. Now we actually do need to make roofs for these structures if we want it to be roofed. I believe what we need to do is architect, structure. Expand building roof area. Got a roof on it. This is not roofed though right now. Oh, he's building the roof on top of it. Okay, very nice. So it automatically builds the roof. Fantastic. So yeah, the roofs need to be built. The roofs usually go on automatically. What do we get here? A charge rifle? Yeah, let's use that instead. Again, this is the kind of thing that would deteriorate if left out. So let's go have him equip that here quick. And let's move the, let this include weapons then too. Weapons there. All right, he's gonna start moving that stuff in. The medicine also will deteriorate too if we leave it out. Let him call that stuff in. And then you can start doing that, and we'll also put a bed in here for him, a couple animal sleeping spots, make sure his ostrich and his dog have a spot to sleep, and give ourselves a bed. So it already started raining here in our tundra here. Grab up the wood for the bed. All right, so the meals don't all fit, so we need to expand this a little bit here. Didn't quite plan the stockpile appropriately. There we go. Now we got room for all that, and the medicine, and then the weapon. Then can you move this? Oh, you got to move. Make sure this medicine is part of this too here. Medicine and textiles, whatever. We can put it all in there. Now that the food's in there, we can put it all in there. Okay, so now we gotta start planning out what we want to do next. First order of business would probably be to start focusing on power. Let's take a look and see what researches we have and which ones we don't already. Okay, so we have unresearched is pretty much everything. Stone cutting, auto doors. Pemmican is a new one for this this alpha. Pemmican is a preserved mixture of meat and plant matter that doesn't go bad for a long time. Great for traveling. Pretty cool. We can research that into food that doesn't go bad. It can be preserved outside. Doesn't need to be cooled down or anything like that to stay around. Let's see what we're looking at here. We have gun turrets as our understand secrets of pulse charge, energy, projectile munitions. Allows you to build the charged rifle. It doesn't matter if you use it. We can just build the charged rifle. Okay, good. Good to know. I was wondering if we have to like get research in order to use the weapon we have here. Powered armor would be fantastic. This is all the later term stuff here. Mostly right away we want to get stone cutting probably and geothermal power before too long. Well, that'll have to wait for a moment here. Let's think about what we want to do for the moment. We need a food source, so we need to be able to hunt. There's not going to be a lot of animals around here. A couple squirrels. Let's take a look and see if there's any other animals we might want to hunt. Don't see anything so far, but sometimes they're small. You can't see them too well. Mostly squirrels only though. Yeah, I mean tundra is not gonna have a whole lot of vegetation and that kind of thing here. So I think the very first thing we want to do is we want to build up this area over here as our home eventually. What is his deal as far as mining? Is he good at mining? Pretty good at mining actually. So maybe that might be pretty nice to mine out a small area here to live in. There's 2 cells here, it looks like. It's separated by this wall here. Do we want to like connect them or do we want to like build? I think we probably want to mine here first. So let's start by orders. Since we have the bed already made, and we won't have to worry about that part of it, let's just start building a mine area here that can start serving as our home. I'm going to put a wall in here. I'm going to have it dig in a few feet, and we're going to put and use this rock wall as kind of natural defenses. And we'll do a kind of a biggish room in here to start with. The other thing we're want to do is also think about heat. I think he didn't have any really requirements as far as heat goes, but he will get cold here with these temperatures. Right now it's 63 degrees, so we're still in the middle of summer, looks like, which is our main growing season too. It might be a useful thing for now is to make a small farm also. So maybe that's the key here. So we have to think smaller with this stuff. Instead of normally we would make these big farms that could feed everybody for a long time. With him, we just gotta get him enough food to last for a little while here. And you know, if we make these outdoor areas for preserving food during the winter, it doesn't matter, it'll all freeze. So let's make like a nice like 7x7 farm. Let's find a nice spot for it. Let's put it further over here. This is gonna be our home over here eventually. So we'll want to put it pretty close to where we're gonna be living. So we'll put like a 7x7 farm right here. And that hopefully, let's go even smaller. Let's go 6x6. A farm for potatoes. Now let's get him that. Let's get that planted first. You're like, gonna go work on mining first. Either way, whatever you want to do. Oh, now he's gonna go work for yeah. So that's the one problem with when you have just one guy. We need to have like a small table for him to sit at. Otherwise, he's gonna get a mood debuff or eating while standing. So he gets a little ate without a table debuff and ugly environment debuff. We'll have to work on that pretty soon here. So I think that one of the very first things we're gonna want to do is can we build interior growing? That might be a good thing to have. Steel lamp. Yeah, that's not what we want. We want solar lamps. Sun lamps. There we go. So sun lamps provide enough heat that you can grow on them. Might be a good idea to get some of that going here. You can't have sun lamps out in the area here, but you could have them in walls because they'll get rained on normally. And that will let us grow year round. I mean, growing year round is gonna be a big factor for the tundra. We wanna make sure we're focusing on that before too long. And actually what we'll do is we'll build this farm right now and convert it into an interior farm eventually is what we'll do, I think. What can we do at a crafting spot? Is a crafting spot just for tribes? Make shivs and bows. Okay, yeah, it is, mostly. All right, get that planted, buddy. I'm gonna speed you through that little task and we'll start focusing on the next thing. So food is solved for the time being. Doesn't have to be tended to be on that now. He's gonna go work on this room here. Next thing we should probably think about is power though. And that's gonna be our defenses. So power's gonna provide some automated turrets, and then we can have a little bit of slight defense when inevitably something will attack us. We need to be able to defend our lives, defend our stuff. And having this big room mined out maybe not be the biggest priority right now. Let's just see how far he gets in a day. Taking him a little while. So it's almost 20 hours in for our second day here, or first day here. First day since we landed. Okay, so this is still our first day. Okay, so that's how far he got in one day. That's like maybe a couple hours of the day. Let's sleep it off here. Let's see how far he can get tomorrow before we decide to not pursue that too much longer. We will have a couple days before raids will start showing up and that kind of thing, and the really bad stuff will happen. But it always does, and always happens before you're ready for it, usually. So, we're speeding through the night here. Picking it back up on the other side. The other thing we want to do too, I might be able to get him trained up once we get some food here. Hauling's the top tier for that, but having him able to rescue and that kind of thing would be a good idea. All right, Strick is just stargazing for a bit, or not stargazing, but cloud watching for a minute. Yeah, but there's a lot we can do with this area. This is pretty good. And a lot of area to mine into here and make defenses for. I think what we should do is put some defenses over here. But before we get defenses, we need to build some power. So solar panels, we need to pick a solar farm someplace here, someplace that can be also protected pretty quickly. So we have 100 metal here. We don't need a lot. We need enough to run to store some power. We need enough to run a couple of security turrets here. But that's about it. Where's the most defensible spot though? I mean, this is like the last resort spot over here. If they could make it this far, they're gonna be inside the base, I think. But if we put a turret here, maybe, and then maybe, I don't know, I like to like bottleneck them somehow if we can to get the turret firing near it so that they'll have to run in past a point and not have any coverage. So maybe getting a turret closer over here would be a good thing. Which means solar power will have to be running. I think solar power will be good down here. So as soon as you can, put the solar power in here. Let's just do 2 panels for right now. I'll put them like so. Don't want them connected because if they catch on fire or something like that, we can't put them out very easily. And they do catch on fire sometimes for a variety of reasons. So let's get that done. And then connected, and we'll figure out where we want to go from there. So yeah, we're building up our farm here, and this will expand with a sealed off room eventually. What's the coverage area for one of these sun lamps? So if we put it like right here, and build the walls around it, that'd be the idea there. Or put it back further over here. I mean, there's plenty of growing spot back in here even. Hey, this might work if we could seal this whole area off right away. The whole thing under cover. A nice big wide area. I don't know if it can roof off like that. It probably can. All right, let's do that. Then we can bring stuff into here. So, I mean, this wouldn't be that much wood to do this quick here. We'll put a wooden door on here for now. You can get in and out. That should seal this whole place off. It's gonna be very dark in there is the only issue. And it's probably already dark and pretty dark in there. But I like the idea of building this alcove. Instead of building to the walls exactly, we can use some of this land here for farming. And that should fill off a large portion of it. Now that we have, in this alpha, we have to build roofs though, so it's gonna take some time to build up these roofs around it. I'll have to probably go around each of these spots. If it is gonna roof itself in, I don't know if it will. If not, we have a nice defensive wall here to keep out, we have a last line of defense at least. All right, it's time for bed again here. Let's rest and then we'll take on the next day here and that'll be the end of the episode, I think. Or our very first episode here. Oh, nice little Z when he's sleeping. That's nice to know. I hope he's enjoying his time out here so far. He doesn't really interact with anybody. It'll be interesting when he finally gets somebody that shows up that we need to like take care of, and a prisoner or something we need to convert. That'll be pretty interesting. Arctic wolf, very cool. So there is something we can hunt here if we wanted some extra food. Arctic wolf does not sound like a very good thing to hunt. They seem like they would hunt you back pretty quickly. There isn't many passive species here. I think that wolf will definitely want to hunt other things around us. We need a meal source and we need defenses. Okay, so it is cueing us that we need to build those defenses up pretty soon here. So he's building up the roof. Okay, very good. It might not be able to reach all of this. Let's see what happens. Looks like he's got some of it filled in. So this spot right here actually is open to the air right now. Looks like this will all fill in though. We got the makings of a nice cave here for ourselves. And this whole thing's gonna fill in here, okay? I like it. I like it. Okay, so we have some open area here. We can actually, for now, even just farm in this spot here. And then we want to make more roof in here to seal it off from the cold. We'll do, we'll just put a couple of pillars in here, like towards the center, and then we'll put some walls in, and it should seal off the rest of the area. So let's actually put in some growing area in here then. we'll do is make it up like this, and they'll cut it down. So we'll do delete zone like that. There we go. Make it a nice square. Our interior work zone. Oh, there it goes. Actually, now it's filling in. I spoke too soon. Let's delete that zone. Oh, chunk of spacecraft has fallen. So, visitor, hey, gardener from the paleontologist desert is visiting. Her name is Louise. She seems to have a few items to trade. Lou, very nice. Okay, so Lou, Louis, Lou. Let's say Lou. Looks like this did get filled in. Okay. He's doing the last of the spots here. Actually, I don't even know if we need to do this anymore. I'm gonna cancel some of this work here. Let's cancel this back half here. We have so much spots in here we can actually build up now. And work on interiorizing this area, make it a little more habitable. Put some rooms up front here maybe for storage and that kind of thing. And build rooms out of the walls here. I think that might be nice to just convert this whole area into interior. But I don't want to build on the dirt because we might want to use the dirt for growing eventually. Now what we can do is once we get that built, we can put in our sun lamp underneath put it right here underneath the covered, and that shouldn't get rained on or anything like that. Then it should be covered for the water and that kind of thing, and the plants around it will still grow. So we have a nice growing spot interior-wise here. That's a great thing. Let's go trade with Lou and see if we can just see what she has for some social interaction. Maybe we can talk to her for a little bit. Because I think that's the one thing we're gonna go stir crazy here is that he's gonna have another social interactions. Pistols, we could trade off our pistol. Not gonna do that anytime soon. It's we can buy some simple meals from her. Yeah, that might be nice. I mean, we can buy everything we don't have. Components, let's buy all of those because we're always gonna need more components for all kinds of stuff. Not that we don't have a ton right now, but money is the big thing we have a lot of to go with right now anyways. Medicine we have plenty of. Beer might be nice for a short mood bonus to have a couple of beer on hand. Incendiary launcher, shoddy incendiary launcher. I don't think we need that right now. Cool, she's got a lot of good stuff. All right, nice to meet you, Lou. Can we interact maybe? Oh, I don't know. Hang out for a minute. Don't go away. We want to hang out with you tomorrow here. Okay, let's wrap up this episode right there. We'll pause it. We'll pick this up right where we left off next episode. Thank you for joining me for the very first episode of RimWorld Alpha 14. As I said, if you're interested in the game and haven't been playing it already, it is going to be on Steam on July 15th. Stay tuned. I'll be putting up a lot more episodes of this before that even. And it should be interesting. So we'll see if our one-man colony can grow and thrive here very, very soon. So thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. This is a brand new series, of course, so make sure you leave those likes and comments. It does help out a lot and really promotes the series to get it going and get it started on the right foot. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.